Yeah. How are we going? I'm an EP boy. Very EP. I think I have everything set up. I think I'm ready. I'm trying to speed. Well, I'm not trying to speed run. I'm trying to be quick. Oh, I forgot I changed everything for dating show. Oh no, but yeah, sorry. Didn't have stream. Why is everything so zoomed out? Okay, there we go. Oh, how are we going? We're on time. Normal time streaming, and I am so tired. I just, you know, keeping it real with you besties. This weekend has been kind of hectic. This song kind of goes hard, but this weekend's been kind of hectic. I had a Fufu collab on, well, Saturday I was working on the video I've been telling you about, the agency one. Then Saturday, 7 PM, I was in a collab with Fufu, and then immediately after that was the idol debuts, and because Avio fucking hates my guts, he deliberately made there be like a 40-minute gap between debut streams, which, hey, might be better for the algorithm, may not, or for breaks, or for whatever reason they do it. I don't know why they do it, but it's not good for my sleep schedule, because I was planning on sleeping after the idol debuts, and then they just kind of went for like twice as long as I expected. And then after that, I had about an hour nap before I was playing golf with Phoenix. He's doing like a charity stream, or he was. I don't know if it's still going. Where we played golf with Phoenix to raise some money for charity. And then once I was done with that, I had to start making the news short. So I've had about an hour's sleep this weekend and very little to eat, and I'm tired as fuck. So, forgive me if I have, you know, actually spicy opinions and actually say things. It'll probably make me less inclined to dive into shit because I just can't be bothered. But which is probably good because the only drama for this week I don't really want to touch that much. I mean, I'm going to talk about it, but do we want to talk about Idol first, though? I didn't get to see the Aurora Borealis, not because it didn't appear, but because I refused to leave my house. I didn't want to go outside. My head looks bigger than normal, thank you. So, let me. Where are we? What am I doing? I know I'm tired because you know the fucking the EP anger. I don't know if you guys get that. I think it's a pretty normal thing. You know, when like normally I'm pretty chill, but when I get tired, I get like really frustrated. And I noticed it when I was editing the thumbnail for today's short. I misclicked something. It wasn't a big thing. It took like 5 seconds to fix, but I immediately was like, for fuck's sake. I had like a full I said it internally because I don't like raising my voice, but internally I was fuming over a tiny little mistake. So I know I'm a little sleep deprived because it's not relatable for you. I get so easily frustrated when I'm tired. There's like my EP giveaway is that I get genuinely like fucking angry when I'm sleep deprived. And you know what can make me angry? This face right here. So, in case you missed it somehow, the new idol gen that we talked about last week, Encore. Oh, I should probably timestamp. Like 5 minutes. Cranky number. I don't know why. It annoys me as well because I hate being angry. I don't like being angry, and I don't normally get angry. I'm not a very angry person. But when I'm EP, God, when I'm sleep deprived and I have to stay up for like work or something, I got it a lot in uni when I had to stay up for an assignment. I get so frustrated, and then when I submitted it, I literally like fucking throw it at my professor. So, I've heard Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare is good. I think was it Fufu playing it the other day? Yeah. Anyway. So, Encore debuted, and Encore consisted, we talked about this last week, we knew about Enya, knew Enya was coming, but 2 existing talents were going to be joining, and that's Lisa and Tonya. You can see them all here. So these 2, Lisa and Tonya, had existing indie VTuber channels, right? Enya's new, she's being piloted. I don't know what the correct term. I use piloted in my short because I think it's funny to think of one anime girl piloting another one. I don't know what the official term is. But so she's getting piloted by someone named Punkalope. I don't know if they go by like Punk or Punka or what. I don't know what the shorthand for their name is, but they're being piloted by her. She hasn't uploaded a lot in recent times, from what I could see. But she does have a pretty big subscriber count. I think she was like short. I don't know. I think she was like a shorts content creator primarily. But yeah, so she released a song, and the other two each released songs, and then they had a collab song, like focus groups. And they released them all, and they were very good. I would recommend giving them a listen. One of them did a song that I haven't fucking heard in like years. Maybe taste testing lube. I can't remember where it was. It may have been during the debut. It might not have been their official cover, but I remember it because it was during one of their lower videos. It was the Children of the Dead or something like that. I haven't heard it in ages. It's a really good song and I enjoyed it.
Penumbra, fuck you.
Fuck you, Slider. Punk Love's PC exploded because of watch along. Yeah, I heard she tried to do a watch along as well, which is a pretty original way of like saying, "Hey, this is me." And considering she hadn't streamed recently, it probably got a lot of her viewers in, which means a lot of them probably know where she is now, which is good. Yeah, Lisa's from Sundar. I saw people talking about where they were from and what. But yeah, cool things all around. I think Enya said she was sick, and so she didn't get. The collab had to be delayed because normally after a gen debuts you have like a group collab where all the gen mates come together. Lope is shorthand for okay, so he goes by Lope. I will keep that in mind. Normally there's like a group collab, but she was dead, so they had to delay it. So I don't actually know when that is gonna be. I don't know if it's going to be on each of their channels or if it's going to be on Enya's channel. Her debut 2.0 is in 3 hours. Wait. Okay, so I can just show you. What is this? So Enya's 2.0 is in 3 hours, and the Encore collab has been moved to the 16th, which is what, Thursday? Oh, Thursday midnight for me, so really like Wednesday. So yeah, because I think it was meant to be like the day after, or maybe even just immediately following their debuts, but it didn't happen because she died. I mean, Lope wasn't just avoiding friends. I mean, it could be that she was making like she was preparing for this behind the scenes. I'm not entirely sure. It might be why she was, so abysmal with content beforehand. Will Enya stream? I mean, I think that's the plan, right? Is for her to make content. They're part of a music gen, so I imagine there's going to be more songs and shit. I also saw Ren replying because Enya and Ren are kind of feuding, I believe. Not legitimately, but like they're having a bit of banter back and forth. But yeah, overall pretty cool debuts. The models, I think the two existing ones have models like from before, like they're using their existing models, whereas the Enya one's oh, sorry. I'm tired. But yeah, overall pretty cool. I don't know. Oh yeah, there was a Dokibird watch along as well. I think there was a Dokibird watch along. I think there was a Coefficient watch along as well. So yeah, overall, there was ads. I saw people in the Enya waiting room being like, "Yep, I'm here from a YouTube ad." So she still hasn't decided what she's gonna call her fan names. I think Lope's dead, Crabgrave. I mean that's kind of a mean thing to say. She's not technically dead, I guess. I mean, new channel, right? It's not very nice to chant about the death of a VTuber, but I guess in this case, because she's technically still alive, it's okay. Anyway, I think that was it. I don't know if Lope was still. I mean, from what I could see on the channel, it wasn't very active to begin with, so. Anything to say? Do you remember what you did to Cherry? Who even is Cherry? I don't know anyone. I've literally never met anyone named Cherry in my life. Who even was? Anyway, we will. I think that was everything. Is there anything else you guys can think of? The lore videos ranged. I think one of them was like, the two of them were like the scuffed, like haha funny ones, and one was actually like, you know, I think I was fading in and out. I'm not gonna lie, because those debuts, I was already tired. But yeah, so that was the idol stuff. Have they tweeted anything recent? It's the original song, which I would recommend to listen. Speaks about the debuts. And then I accidentally tweeted, like, the way I tweeted phrased it as if Enya wasn't part of the gen, which is kind of funny. I didn't mean to, but, you know. Anyway, so other than that, that was the Enya stuff. Do we? I don't know. Okay. You guys are kind of acting like I know. I know I'm like the VTuber news guy. I can't physically know every VTuber, so I'm actually not personally familiar with Uncalope's content. And she seemed cool, but I mean, I guess she's dead now, so I never really hands. But yeah, so I don't know. I've never met her before, unfortunately. Oh. You like VTubers name every drama. Okay, I'm not no saggy. I don't have that power under my belt. Yeah, so I don't know. I think I'll be doing alright. I'll be tuning into some probably, potentially, if only to get clips. The idol experience will happen at some point, maybe, if I ever get back to making YouTube videos. She is pretty short as well, isn't she? She's kind of tiny. I don't think she's as short as Coney, but I think Coney is like built literally different. Anyway, do we want to jump? I don't want to jump into the drama immediately. Let's cover the other cool shit and we'll jump into the drama later. It's just some cool stuff. We're gonna have to cover the drama at some point, but just not right now. We're gonna go through some cool stuff to lighten the load and also to distance. I don't want to go from idol to immediate drama, or Aviel might drone strike my basement. So we're gonna do some cool shit quickly. Dokibird, first of all, I don't. Oh, I bookmarked this, but I didn't. Okay. Dokibird hit 700k, which is wild because I'm pretty sure, like, wasn't her goal to hit like 500k by the end of the year, and she's already at 700k or something. So I think it's fair to say her goals were very achievable, just a little bit. So she got 700k, and she's also set up this thing for May 25th, which I believe is a 2k. Was it 2k24? It's the wrestling game. I don't play wrestling games. Basically a collab between a bunch of different VTubers. Juna and Sayu. I think Sayu's into wrestling, or isn't Taka's also into wrestling, isn't he? They're the Juna's the interviewer, Sayu's the announcer. You got Doki, Sanofi, Philly, Octavio, and Gold Bullet as the casters. And participants wise, we have Holostars, IDOEN, FaZe, X-Prism, vshojo, and indies, which is a pretty wild like mashup of just agencies and indies. It's kind of mental actually, and like the names here, like Neurosama. Oh wait, is Sai's competing as well as announcing? That's not biased at all. Wait, he's gonna announce for his own fights? That's fucking it's hilarious. But yeah, so the big names and also just ex-Prism girls, vshojo, fucking idols here, Hollow Stars are here. And from what I understand, it's like I think Niji did something similar back in the day, if I remember correctly. Basically, they make a character in the game, and then the characters go against each other in an AI fight, kind of like an auto battler almost, except you only get the one. Attributes have over a range of 85. Using Steam version, blah blah. These are just rules. I don't think we need to. Yeah, we don't need to know. Actually, that's true. It's interesting she's put the rules out like in public like this, because it's not like we can join. I think. Wrestlers have to be male. Oh my god. Rigged? Male on stream? I don't want to see male. But yeah. So, I think the idea is... Wait, no. Oh, right. Fuck. I literally did not click on this last goddamn panel. I'm an idiot. Don't mind me. I'm a moron. So, these guys are making their own, and these ones are using your wrestler. I guess you can... I have no idea how to make a fighter. I will not be doing it. But I guess if you have experience in 2K, you could make your own little guy, and they might use it. I don't know if you have to make it in the design of the person you're making it for, but... Anyway, so it's in a tournament fashion. I think I remember seeing, yeah... I think Gerard tweeted out, like, why am I going up against a meteor? Because he's a dinosaur. The game doesn't have mixed battles, really? So yeah, this is on the 25th. Dokibird's kind of winning. For Gerard, rip the dinosaurs. Gotta be one of my favorite classes of species. What's up, nobody special? I disagree, you're very special. Sponsored by GamerSup, so you don't have to pay for the graphics and Vtuber outside of our own pocket. What? That's crazy. How would that even happen? Who would let a streamer pay for stuff out of pocket when you could sponsor them? That'd be wild. What? There's so many sponsors that would love to put their name on this kind of thing. Why would you ever make the streamer pay out of pocket for it? That'd be cringe. That'd be so weird. It'd be such a bizarre business choice. You're literally turning down free money and advertisement for a sponsor. Like what? Like you get to build a reputation with a sponsor, build your cred. They get free they get advertising. You get money and rewards and stuff. It's just it's almost like this is a deal that has worked for like decades between entertainment providers and sponsorship companies. Man, it sure would be weird if anybody were to like break that partnership for no fucking reason whatsoever. That'd be kind of cringe. Guys, I'm so subtle. I have the hololive MV here, but that was last week. I didn't take that out. It was still cool, you should still go watch it, but... Do not call me your favorite Discord kitten. Bree gave me the Bree's... Well, I think it was her Moz, but I'm blaming Bree because I hate her. Gave me the Bree's little Discord kitten role on her server, and I genuinely am seething. However, I did also kind of win a little bit. Where can I...
Who even was that?
Because I got access to her soundboard. And her soundboard is incredible. How do you use a soundboard without entering into a server, by the way? Just a quick question. I'm not showing pause, I'm so sorry. Anyone else buy the pen Discord kitten shirt is not a real thing. Nobody bought it. Literally nobody bought it, actually. If somebody did bought it, I can't remember who they are, so I don't know who would own that shirt, honestly, nowadays. I did learn the last time, and then I forgot because I'm a dumb bitch. We've been over this, come on. I know you can use any soundboard you have access to, but I don't want to join the VC, because if I join one in my server, I'll get a bunch of fucking Europeans joining in and talking shit. If I join it in Bree's server, I'll get you called a Discord kitten, and I don't have any other servers I can join in privately. How do you use a soundboard? I know you can do it from the settings page, but I just don't know how to do it. Whose? Do not watch that link. Do not watch that link. Do not click on that link. Do not do that. Voice and video. Okay, that's where I was. Okay, it's not that big a deal. I just thought it was funny. I could just keep playing this.
Who even was that?
Who indeed was that? I'm so confused. So by joining Bree's server, I've gained access to her entire soundboard, and some of the things on there are pretty fucking PogChamp. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. I clicked the Discord FAQ. Nobody ever wants to click the Discord FAQ. Kitten number is not real. That's so true. Wait.
Who even was that?
I do have private Discord servers. Look, I can show you. She has so many good ones. It's great.
Oh, it's a little man. He is a very big man!
I feel like you guys should join Bree's server and get all of these.
Hello, I'm Gail from Waterdeep. Two.
You guys should all join Bree's Discord server and bully her with these soundboards. It actually sounds like a monkey. What the fuck?
Feeling cute. Decided to paint my woodwork the color of Kraft mac and cheese.
Two?
Neil! Yes!
Oh yeah, get fucked.
I love inflation. I love inflation. I love inflation. I love inflation.
So true.
I love
Pop
inflation.
off, queen. Pop off, queen. Okay, that's enough of that. It's funny. Don't you know? I feel like you guys would be used to this by now. I've been bullying Bree for ages. You don't remember all the rabbit jokes we used to make about bullying rabbits? About Bree, obviously. Right? Like, come on, guys, get with the program. We've been bullying Bree for ages. It's like a long-lasting bit in this channel. And who? No, it's just Bree. It's only been Bree. And he's someone to edit. You know that video of like Stalin and all the other guys next to him, and he just slowly edit out one by one. I don't know who you'd put in it, but it's just Bree. We've only ever bullied Bree as a bunny. I know no other rabbits. Rhubarb's cool. I've not really bullied her though. I've just interacted with her. It's just been Bree that I bullied. Honestly. I'm still locked out of Twitch. Yeah, I am. I was on Fufu's stream playing Jackbox, and to play Jackbox you have to verify your account. And my two-factor authentication is still linked to my UK phone number, which I've lost. Not my UK, my Australia phone number, which I lost. So when I tried to verify it, I got locked out of my account, and I still can't get into my Twitch account. So I'm having to wait for that to resolve. And so until I can get it back, I had to play Shadow 5, which is my super secret alternate persona. If you ever see anyone in a VTuber channel's like chat whose name is Shadow and he has a darker than black profile picture, that's me. That's my lurking alt. For when I want to talk but I don't want to be myself. Because that happens a lot. The check mark is kind of a curse on YouTube sometimes. Sometimes I just want to be a brain dead chatter and participate in the fucking brain rot, but I can't because every time I talk, YouTube is like, hey, this guy, he said something. Pay attention to this guy. And I don't like it. But I tell you, because if you guys know my alt, it's not like anyone's going to fucking bully. What are you going to do? In chat, be like, yo, that's penumbral. Like, what? Fine. As long as it's not actually my name. Anyway. What else? There was that. Zen had a teaser and a cover. She dropped a new cover for the Nika thing, and then she also teased May 20th. I literally in the shot was like she had a teaser because I don't actually know what it's for. I don't know if it's a new outfit or a new model or like another song or fucking what. Considering it's, you know, it's probably Mario related. If somebody was in Zen's chat, maybe you can give me more info, but I don't know what it is. But it is a teaser, so who knows? Bowsette. Well, yeah, the Bowsette song has Your Princess in Another Castle. If you guys haven't seen that video, by the way, it's really good. It has a bunch of different animators together with a bunch of different animation styles, and they all like go for different bits of the songs. Really good. That would make sense, because that is the lyrics to the Bowsette song, so. She's doing a Bowsette outfit? That would also check it. I don't know. Is she confirmed Bowsette outfit? I mean, I guess we'll just have to check it out in 8 days. Bowsette lore goes hard. So do I. Oh yeah, speaking of Brie and things definitely not related to Brie. Amaya she had her model reveal because she's been I don't have to be fucking wait, I'm not under any sort of contract, and this didn't get leaked to me by anyone under any sort of contract. This is just Rana from VREF. I can just fucking say it. What is VREF gonna do? Literally, try me. Like, what are they gonna do? VREF would have to get its head out of its own ass in order to see anybody breaking NDA anyway, so... Literally, I think I'm okay. It'd be funny if they tried. But yeah, so, Rana, she... As you can imagine, if you're kept up with the VREF fucking shenanigans going on, she left with a lot of the other members, and here she is. She's finally getting her... Well, not finally. It's not actually been that long. But she's getting her new model. Pretty cool. And it looks pretty sweet. And she's pretty PogChamp. She commented literally me underneath one of my tweets. And then Brie also commented literally me underneath one of my tweets. Because VTubers share one brain cell and they can only have one original thought at a time. So yeah, pretty cool. I don't know when she's debuting. She hasn't. Has she announced her debut? Wait, I probably check that before I say anything. Unveiling model. Where? Voicemail. Oh wait. Oh, she's doing a birthday donathon. Okay. I don't know what day she'll be doing the unveiling on, but it starts in 5 days. So there you go. Information. And you can make her do the voicemail copy pasta, which is a rite of passage for any streamer except me, because I would never. Top 3 Dojin reveal. That's crazy. That's wild. BDSM Tetris is also wild. Man, it sure would be weird if somebody did that for free on stream for no fucking reason other than getting bullied on a podcast, man. Dang. That'd be wild. Couldn't be me though. Anyway, here's Amaya. And what else? Did that. No, didn't do that. Did that. Okay, one more cool thing, which is the Bay thing, and then we can get onto the... We're gonna do the worst drama first, and then we'll wrap it up with a slightly less bad drama, almost kind of funny, except maybe people died or got hurt, which makes it less fun, but also still kind of funny. So, if you're familiar with the rat, you are from... I do not watch football. Do I sound like a football watcher to you? I know I'm Scottish. I'm sorry, but growing up, I was terrible at football. Every time the kids played football, I was shit at it. I've never been good with it about it. I liked Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, and yeah, I did not like that. So Bay reached 900k. I think she did it during stream. And she also missed one of her streams that she slept through because she's a girl failure and she had a girl failure moment. And then she did a whole stream fucking Dogeza, which is funny. And also very sharply contrasted with... I did play Aussie Rose for a while. It was not a fun time, I'm gonna be honest. I got... Aussie Rose culture. If you're not familiar, Aussie Rose is like the national sport of Australia. It's toxic as fuck. Like, I do realize we're not talking about Australian sport, we're talking about the Australian. Which is kind of funny. But yeah, it's not a fun place. If you're not already good at the sport, you will get bullied relentlessly. It's like peak toxic jock environment. And the lipstick is kind of underutilized in VTuber design. I didn't realize that until I saw her, but I was like, there's something different about like her mouth that's like making it pop, and then I realized, oh fuck, she's got lipstick on. You never really see VTubers with lipstick on. I don't know why, because it's such a common thing for people to wear in real life, but like you don't see it as often. But it does make the whole fucking thing pop. So she got this, which is very much like a military commander kind of thing, and then she also she also did the Lost, which is the opening for Yojo Senki, the one with the little Nazi lolly. You know the one. What is it called? Yojo Senki? Yojo? Yeah, Tanya the Evil. Yojo Senki. Yeah. Good show actually. I would recommend it. I mean, it's true. So yeah, her revealing her like, I'm a military leader, I do bad things, and also doing like an hour straight of Dogaza for being late for stream is kind of hilarious. Yeah. But yeah, I think that was all the positive stuff. Do you want to talk about the Offkai stuff? Fuck, okay. Right. Well, dial-in mods, this is a fucking doozy of a thing. And I have a feeling people aren't going to be happy with my take on it. And I'm too, like, I feel like normally I'd be like, oh, I'd sit on the fence and I'd be very like, but I'm too tired. And so I'm kind of just going to say shit when it comes to my head. And people are probably going to be like, you're dumping. And I'm going to not care. So. Offkai, if you're not familiar, which you probably are, is a VTuber convention. And the sort of recently they basically cut ties with Niji for all the recent Niji shit. It came to right recently. I think Kirsche said it on stream first, which was clipped by Azahara, and then she basically took it all and put it here. But basically, Kirsche was dropped from a panel she was going to be on by Offkai, and I don't know if the actual texts are here, but basically Offkai reached out to her saying that she was too risky, quote unquote. She reached back being like, why am I too risky? And they were like, oh, because you're such a polarizing content creator, I think it's, you know, fair to see why we might want to not associate with you. And then and then she replied, actually, I don't think it's obvious for what exact reasons. They sent back basically saying some of the volunteers were uncomfortable with her content. He said it wasn't a one guy thing, which is what she accused him of. She said just because one person or such and such is uncomfortable doesn't mean you have to drop me. They sent back, it's not just one person. Here, you know, here's some of the tweets that we're using as proof as to you maybe being problematic. And so okay, I'll just say this. She's definitely right-wing. She definitely leans right, and I do not. I disagree with pretty much all of her opinions on everything. And I watched some of her videos, and I looked at some of her tweets, and I looked at some of the collabs she did, and I looked at some of the things she says, and I kind of just don't vibe with them at all. She seems to be very kind of fixated on pronouns and not liking pronouns and all that shit, and you can tell when somebody has this many tweets about pronouns, they tend to lean a certain direction. The first one she addressed was like this one, which was, it was a reply to somebody quote tweeting fucking Justin Trudeau, I think, who said the SLGBTQI+, which very few people actually use. I've never seen that actually used unironically. Most people just see LGBTQ+. But she made this tweet here talking about all the different acronyms, which is obviously, especially in context like, okay, where is it? This one here is the wild one that like happened a day after I posted made on pronoun people infecting some anime wiki. Anyone who calls them pronoun people, it just is a big fucking red flag to me. Don't call them pronoun people. That's not a fun it's not a fun term to call people. And based on the context of this and this, it's very clear to say that this isn't just her explaining contextually. It's not like somebody's asked what the acronym is, and so she's replying honestly, being like, here, this is what it means. She's obviously doing it in a somewhat mocking way. Like, the upside down smiley face is the kind of universal emoji for smiling when shit's bad and you don't know what else to do. It's like it's not a genuine smile, right? So this is very much not because that's what she said when this was sent back. She was like, I was literally just explaining an acronym, which people like this do all the time, and I don't want to make this like a political thing. I don't want to get into the politics because it's ultimately not about the politics. It's about Offkai. But like, I don't like it when people do that shit where they have an opinion and they very clearly are intending to like dog whistle a certain thing and imply a certain thing. And then when they're called out on it, they're like, oh, but I didn't technically actually say anything. I was just explaining. It's like, you can read subtext, you can read tone, you can read based on fucking contextual clues what you meant by this, right? So when you're presented with this being like, oh, but I didn't technically do anything, it falls flat to me. She also pointed out that like they searched for pronoun to like call her out, and they're literally looking for things to be mad about. But I think more likely when she asked for proof as to what exactly they were not comfortable with, the guy she was talking to probably just searched her Twitter for the word pronoun and got a fuck ton of results, because obviously I don't think it was like that was what was sent to them. I don't think they searched pronoun and like were looking for things to be annoyed at. I think that's probably they just searched for it to give us proof. And just when you look at the people she's interacting with, like she interacts with a lot of like right-wing like gamer movement things, like, oh my god, the woke. She interacts with people that use the term like woke unironically and hate woke, the anti-woke people, and talk about how wokeness is invading games, shit like that, which cringe. I'm sorry. That whole fucking thing of like gamers. She actually, hang on, let me see if I can really quick. I said I didn't want to make it about politics. I guess I'm too tired because I'm making it about politics. It's not normally my strat, but this whole thing annoyed me. And I'll get back, by the way, I'm not a solo Offkai defender here. Offkai also fucked up. Offkai is also bad. And I wanna point out that the way Offkai handled this could have used a lot of work. Let's see. So yeah, it got picked up by a bunch of other right-wing fucking content creators. Rev also caught onto this, and so did Straub, Rev's wife, and they both were like, we're not going to be attending either because this is censorship or blah blah blah. A niche gamer, Trigger Point and Kirsche. I've said before, Trigger Point's fucking dog shit as well. I don't like him. The shit he tweets is annoying. Let me see if I can find. I actually, while I was scrolling through to try and get her vibe, right? Because I was scrolling through, so maybe not scroll live. Well, I was scrolling through to kind of get her vibe to see kind of what reasons Offkai would have, because I wanted more context. I literally scrolled past a fucking a retweet she. Literally this, okay. She retweeted someone saying they hate when gamers win, they hate gamers, which I was certain at first was a meme. Nobody uses the term gamer unironically in a post-Joker society. It just doesn't. That shit has been memed so hard. Ain't nobody. I feel like it has to be a joke, but then you go in and it's not actually. They're not. This isn't like a shit post. They're just unironically like they hate gamers. Gamers, we're being discriminated against. I can't believe the woke are in like. Anyway, so this is the kind of vibe she has, right? She's very clearly right-wing. She very clearly leans right-wing, which is very against what the VTuber space typically is. VTuber space is typically very progressive, very accepting, very pro like LGBT, very pro, you know, very pro acceptance and that kind of shit, right? So I understand why this would run counter to Offkai's potential ideals, right? I understand that. And people were talking, right? And this was the kind of ongoing debate, was like, oh my god, they're censoring it. They're literally excluding her. They didn't say she couldn't come to the con. They just took her off the panel, which is fine, because Offkai is a private privately owned thing run by like volunteers. Like it's not a government funded thing or anything, right? And what they're saying is we're just not going to give you a platform when you spread ideas that we don't agree with, which I think is okay. Like if you're inviting someone for a debate, right? If you're getting ready for a debate, you want as many different opinions as possible. You want to get people that disagree with you, people that agree with you. You want to get as much of a smorgasbord of opinions as possible because you want to argue, you want to discuss, because that's how you get to know people and change ideals and shit like that, right? But if you're just showcasing someone, if you're just having them in your space and you're just giving them a voice and you're just showing them off and it's not anything to do with like their opinions or their whatnot, then all you're really doing is promoting someone who will then go on to use that promotion to spread ideas that you don't agree with, which doesn't make any sense, right? It'd be like the difference between like inviting someone like fucking Andrew Tate on for a debate, which is fine because you're debating him, you're actively talking to him and countering his, well, it's not hard to counter his points, he's a fucking moron, but you're actively like firing back against his points. That's open discussion, that's important. You can't cut people out just because of their opinions if you're discussing their opinions. But you wouldn't invite Andrew Tate on for like to play Among Us, right? You wouldn't just invite him onto your channel unironically and just have him be there and not counter him, because at that point you're just promoting Andrew fucking Tate. And at that point he's just going to use that promotion to go on and spread more of his bullshit, right? So there's a difference between an open space where people can come to and discuss and debate, and here's a person who actively promotes ideas I don't agree with. I'm just going to give them a fucking panel so that they can get more popular and go on to spread those ideas I don't agree with. That doesn't make any sense. People running Offkai have no obligation to anyone to provide them a spot to talk. And if they disagree with your opinions, you don't have an entitlement to that fucking spot. And I don't get what the confusion is here with if somebody actively spreads ideas that the people behind Offkai don't agree with, that they're not going to want to promote you. Now, Offkai also handled this badly. Few reasons. One, they didn't do it early enough. If they should have researched her beforehand, and if they didn't agree with her, they shouldn't have given her the panel in the first place. It should have been handled at the beginning of the relationship, right? Two, they didn't apply it unanimously. And this is the thing that people were annoyed at, and I understand. People were like, if you're gonna have Kirsche, if you're going to take her off, there are other creators at Offkai that should also be taken off, and the only reason they're getting rid of her is because she's a smaller indie and she doesn't have the backing to fight it, really, which turns out to be false because she started this whole shit. I agree with this. I don't think it's fair to not unilaterally apply a basis. If you're going to not allow controversial creators, quote unquote, then you can't let Revsay's Desu have a panel, who's undeniably probably a more controversial creator, just because he has a bigger following, and then deny a smaller indie just because she doesn't have, you know, a corpo or a bigger number backing, right? I'm personally not gonna drag FaZe or Pippa into this. I agreed with Kirsche on this, which is that we shouldn't be dragging Pippa and FaZe into something that they weren't intrinsically involved in, and it just it's awkward. And I think she's friends with Pippa, if I know correctly. She didn't want to drag her in. I don't want to drag her in. I'm not gonna do that. So, yeah, my take on this was like, yeah, Offkai is within their right to not feature people that they don't agree with, because it's not a debate panel. It's not about, you know, spreading it, like discussing things and political issues. It's a volunteer-run thing where I completely get not wanting to promote someone who has ideals that go against what you believe in. I get that. Like, it is fine to, like, accepting people who have different opinions doesn't mean that you have to actively promote them and hold them up and be like, yes, this person. It just means that you don't immediately fucking, like, beat the shit out of them when you see them, or you don't immediately slander them or harass them or whatnot. Like, there's a baseline level of respect. It doesn't mean that you get, if you spread bullshit ideas that people don't agree with, that they then have to also invite you into their house so that you can shit on their couch, right? So I don't understand the fucking outcry of, but she deserves to be there. No, it's run by volunteers. If the people behind Offkai don't like her, then they're more than entitled to exclude her. They just also have to make that decision unanimously, like unilaterally. Apply it fairly to everyone. If people are harassing content creators, get rid of them. If they're controversial, get rid of them. The same way they did Niji. You can't pick and choose just based on how likely it is to fall out against you. And I personally have heard from friends and from other people that have attended Offkai that it's not very well run. And so this doesn't surprise me. This was very poorly managed. especially after people have bought tickets and might be going to specifically see that one creator to then cut them this close to the event. Bad move. And I don't think using the volunteer argument of like, oh, our volunteers are uncomfortable, because that puts it on the individuals. I feel like they should have just said your opinions and stances run contrary to the values of Offkai, and thus we're not comfortable hosting. That to me, because that presents a united front, you're not putting it onto volunteers, because a lot of people came back with like, oh, couldn't the volunteers just avoid them? And I feel like that's missing the point, which is that if you're saying shit that Offkai doesn't really approve of, and the people behind Offkai don't approve of, they're not going to want it. So, I think Offkai was well within the right. I just think they also handled it really fucking poorly. Offkai, from what I know, is not the best place. So, you can go back. We've already been over it. If you go back, I think I made a timestamp. You can go back and rewatch the beginning. Yeah, really what should have happened is, because it's not like this is out of nowhere. It's not like this is a sudden drama that Kirsche is like fallen into and they're like, oh no, drop her. She's always been like this from what I've seen. Like, this is her content. Her content is this. She's always been like this. So when the event was first getting set up, the event coordinator should have seen her and been like, okay, you're probably not a good fit. Sorry, we're not gonna let you in. I also saw this is uncommon. I saw Lara tweet about it, and it made me sad. Because I like Lara. I like her content. She's been nothing but nice to me. But Lara tweeted this out, which is, I don't Kirsche retweeted it. I don't want to come across as salty, but seeing the Offkai Kirsche story develop really makes me wonder. I was denied a panel despite my work with tons of creators and many prior con appearances, and it just seems like things behind the scenes of Offkai are not so great. Now, this last sentence is true. I think the part that's really messed up is announced after the refund cutoff date. It would also have helped if Offkai had a specific rule or something in writing they could point to. So, she said similar things, which is that doing it this late, cringe, shit behind the scenes doesn't seem right. But I think, I don't think her getting refused has any sort of relevance to Kirsche's. Like, Kirsche seems like she's very much been dropped for having opinions and ideals that run counter to Offkai, whereas I don't think Alara's a very problematic. I've not seen anyone have problems with Alara. I don't think she's a very problematic person. I don't think she would have been denied because for similar reasons. I think it's probably just that Offkai's a very competitive place to get panels. It's the VTuber convention for some fucking reason. So it's probably more likely that it was just so competitive that she unfortunately didn't get a panel. So, like, a ton of people want panels that don't get panels. I don't think it's necessarily relevant to the Kirsche thing. I think she got denied for entirely separate reasons that are irrelevant to the average person applying for Offkai. It's just that Offkai is very fucking competitive. Yeah, I mean, Alara, I've not interacted with her much. I've communicated with her on Twitter a few times. I've seen her in a few streams and whatnot. She seemed nice every time I've seen her. I've seen her on Reddit. Like, I've had no bad experiences with her, so I don't think she's a controversial creator. But if we should work with her, it's about, like, it goes back to the example I said earlier of, like, why would you promote someone who actively spreads ideas that you don't like, right? Like, you don't need to give them a platform. And I understand, like, if a portion of your work base doesn't like a person and doesn't like the things that they stand for, I think it makes sense to not want to give that person a voice, to not want to give them a platform. Like, they can have their own platform and you can't go out and stop them. Like, it'd be one thing if you were trying to get them deplatformed, like going into their space and trying to kick them out. But all they're saying is we don't want to give them a platform to speak on at our convention. It is at a convention to meet fans, but if you put, like, again, it's the collab thing, right? It's like, if you promote someone, they're going to get attention from that. They're going to get, you're platforming them, right? You're giving them eyes, you're giving them a viewpoint, you're giving them a stage to stand on, and they're going to then you go and take that stage, maybe not at the event, but by promoting them, they're going to then take that promotion and use it to spread ideas that you don't agree with later down the line. And, like, why would you do that when you could just not, Like, what is the point? And people were phrasing it like it was just a small difference of opinions, or just because she has different ideas from you. And it's like, well, no. From what I see, Kirsche's ideals run very contrary to the general standard of the VTubing community. And again, I'm not trying to get into fucking American politics because it's all dog shit anyway. But I think it makes sense for them to not want to platform somebody with ideals that run that contrary. So I don't know. But I mean, again, this kind of, I feel like this kind of got picked up outside the VTuber community because a lot of right-wing content creators picked it up and quote tweeted it and talked about it. And
TBH, the problem here is that Offkai has proven easily swayed. They didn't care that her opinions were unliked before. They only dropped her cause someone made a big deal about it.
That's a fair point, I think, in terms of if you're going to have these, and that's what I was saying earlier, it's dog shit that they applied it now, this close to the cutoff date, and didn't apply it to anyone else, which proves that they kind of just are doing it because they thought they could get away with it without a follow. I've said it, that's dog shit. Regardless of whose opinion it is, you have to treat them fairly. If you're going to make a standard of, we're not platforming this kind of content, then you have to not platform that kind of content. You can't not platform it for the smaller creators, but then kowtow to the bigger ones just because they have bigger numbers. And I think probably what happened was they probably would have cut people like Rev and Strub if they could, but their viewer base is so big that if they cut them this close to the date with past the refund point, they would have it would have fucked them. So I don't know. Again, poorly managed, but Offkai's always poorly managed. But I also don't really like Kirsche, so. But you should still be treated fairly, even if you have opinions I disagree with. But I also understand why you wouldn't want to platform her, because fuck the whole DEI isn't dying, and we haven't won. I did get a kind of a chuckle, because DEI means diversity, equity, and inclusion. I had a bit of a chuckle at somebody who was like having a war against diversity, equity, and inclusion, kind of being angry about not being included in something. I thought that was just kind of a funny, like, I'm against inclusion, unless it's me and Offkai. You have to include me in your VTuber convention. From what I know, and again, I think this is a very American thing, DEI is kind of like the new woke. You know how woke used to be a good thing? Like, oh, I'm woke to political issues, and then it became a bad thing of like, oh man, you're so woke, you're spreading your woke ideas, quote unquote. I think DEI is basically the new dog whistle for that, of like, against, you know, wokeness basically, but under a different fucking title. Anyway. I know DEI is a real thing, but I think the way it's used by people is like, I never see DEI used as like a, yeah, this thing, this is great. I always see it used as like, oh my god, DEI. I see it used in the same way as woke is used, right? Like, and I've never, at least on the internet, which is where I lurk because I'm chronically online, the way I see it used is always as like a fucking insult. Oh my god, this game is DEI. That's where I say it a lot in the fucking game discourse. Like, oh my god, they're taking our pronouns. They're putting pronouns in our video games. How dare they? That shit. You know, those fucking... I hate those people. Those people, every time a video game has body type 1 and body type 2 instead of male and female, they have a fucking aneurysm, because God forbid we use any sort of inclusive language, right? Like, no, you must call your body types male and female. If you have body type 1 and body type 2, I will cancel your game and refund, and I will tweet angrily about it, because it's important to me that you know I didn't like not being able to call myself male in the fake video game. Those fucking people, man, I hate. Ugh. But yeah, and based on the tweets I've seen Kirsche interact with, I think that's the type of shit I've said what I had to say. Yeah, I think everything. Again, I don't know how much actual discourse can happen. I feel like people that are on her side are going to stay on her side and probably disagree with me, and the people that were already on my side are still on my side and disagree with her. And I don't think anything's actually going to get done, other than I think pretty much everyone can agree that Offkai handled this fucking horribly. That's about the only unanimous agreement we can come to, is that for better or worse, Offkai fucking fumbled the bag here. Anyway, we can move on. I'm expecting a horde of angry tweets in the morning. This is why I don't stream when I'm tired, because then I have opinions and then people actually get angry at me. Oh yeah, the last thing, which is probably more actually serious, but it kind of comes across as a little bit more of a tee-hee haha. What's the timestamp? Nijisanji Caffeine. So, Niji, Kuzuha specifically, which I believe, if I'm correct, I think Kuzuha is the biggest Niji member. And unfortunately, it's impossible to find his fucking channel because YouTube refuses to, just because I'm in a different language, I need to go to filters.
Pen, remember your Newstuber perk. No one gets mad at
I feel like I'm pushing that perk in this exact, thank you for the super chat follower. I feel like I'm pushing that in this exact stream. This is probably the riskiest one. If this doesn't get me cancelled, I'm pretty sure I could say anything. But I don't know if it'd be cancelled. I just Twittered this. So I'm trying to find the stream. Okay, yeah. So they, Kuzuha and fuck, I forget this guy's name. Oh man, I can't remember. Niji JP members. I knew him. I can't remember yet. They teamed up with this ASAP. And they streamed it. Can I? Thank you. That's the one. So I believe ASAP is a caffeine brand energy drink. And you can see they've obviously got a partnership with Niji because they've got their designs on the cans. And at some point in the stream, I think towards the end, they advertised, they were like, yeah, do a 1-to-1 ratio of energy drink to alcohol. This kind of looks like soju. Like when I have soju, this is what it looks like, but I don't know if it is actually so. Is that soju? This is what my soju bottles look like. I don't know if it is soju. It may be another like Asian alcohol, it may be like sake or something. Those look like Korean characters though, so maybe not. Anyone speak this? Anyway, yeah, this is what they promoted, and apparently they then got a bunch of reports. Again, this is all allegedly. I haven't seen much in the way of like proof, but the Japanese government did put a statement out about it, so maybe it actually did happen. Of a bunch of like teenagers who were getting like heart palpitations and getting admitted to ER because you're not meant to combine alcohol and energy drinks because one's an upper and one's a downer. One, like, I'm pretty sure like caffeine increases your blood pressure. Like it pumps blood through it tightens your blood vessels, I think, and pumps blood through your body. If I'm remembering my fucking biology university courses, right? It increases the heart rate, tightens the blood vessels, it increases overall blood pressure. Alcohol, on the other hand, is a downer. It's a relaxant. So I think by combining them, you kind of just fuck with your circulatory system a little bit, and it's not good. That being said, I personally have had Jaeger bombs. I personally have had.
Mix my gamer sips into vodka so I can be in the same state of mind.
It's later than give a sip chat. Okay. I mean, I literally every time I have soju when I'm drinking with she who shall not be named, that definitely doesn't exist, that I don't remember. I typically have gamer subs with my fucking alcohol. So, Four Loko is another thing. Like, it's not an uncommon thing. I don't know if actively promoting it on your massive stream by your most popular member to a bunch of impressionable teenagers is the best play. Can Niji be held entirely accountable for this? I don't know. Again, it's the kind of thing that I think for most people is fine, and I probably have done it myself in the past, but also because you not feel as drunk, so you drink some more. Does it actually? Maybe that's why Jaeger bombs are a thing. Huh, good to know. But yeah, maybe not the best thing to promote as a company. Also, yeah, promoting alcohol is, I mean, especially if you know you have like a primarily, wait, are you allowed to advertise alcohol to minors? I feel like that would, does that not break? Isn't there, because I remember there being a thing, I can't remember if it was in Australia or Britain, where like liquor ads have to be on certain channels or after a certain time because you're not allowed to advertise alcohol to minors. So like, does it fall on, is it because they technically weren't, like they weren't partnered with this specific company, they were partnered with the energy drink company, so this technically isn't a sponsorship, so it's not advertising? Maybe? I have no idea. But yeah, not a good idea regardless. Maybe not a good idea to be pushed by staff. And I haven't seen any color make a statement on it. I think ASAP made a statement kind of basically dodging the blame. And then if I pull up my bookmarks really quick. Let me scroll through all of our shit.
It's a great example of how repeated controversies can turn nothing burgers into full-fledged incidents. Not much more.
Well, people are like out for blood, right? Like they're out for literally anything. So the moment anything happens, like, oh my god, Nijio, but like...
I didn't expect my uni drinking behavior to feature on a news roundup. Bad times.
Yeah, no, I literally scrolled past it. It was at the top. Yeah, I know. I mean, literally when I was making the short, I was like, oh shit, are you not meant to do that? I mean, I kind of knew it because again, I did do biochem at uni, but like, I think the biochem, like the uni part of me and the you know, the drinking part of me never really clicked. And so I never really acknowledged that, like, oh yeah, it's probably a bad thing to do, but it's yummy, so who cares? Caffeine is found in coffee, tea, and energy drinks, and consuming too much of it can cause dizziness, tremors, and other symptoms. Avoid drinking caffeinated beverages along with alcohol. This can lead to too much caffeine as well as alcohol, and then this in here, which I can't read because I don't speak the language. The one-to-one mix is wild. Like, what one-to-one alcohol caffeine is a wild ratio. Like most, like even Jaeger bombs, I think are just add a shot to like a can of Red Bull. If I remember correctly. Right? I thought a Jaeger bomb was like you get a shot of Jägermeister and you just fucking pour it into like it's a shot with a can of Red Bull, isn't it? I actually don't know. What is the ratio of a normal Jaeger bomb? Let me actually look this up. I've never been the one in charge of making bombs. Depends on the party. I guess you can mix it as much as you want. It's not like it comes in a... this top recipe says 1.5 ounces of Jägermeister liqueur, half can of Red Bull. Yeah, so it's 1.5 ounces to 8.4 ounces. So about 1 to 5, 1 to 6 in that recipe, but probably maybe less depending on who you are. Not 1 to 1 though. But, okay, yeah, because think about it like this, right? 1 to 1 would mean getting an entire can of Red Bull and then getting an entire equivalent can of fucking Jägermeister and taking both of them together. That's wild. Now that I'm picturing it as like in terms of actual physical alcohol, I'm not actually drunk. I haven't drunk today. I'm an idiot. That in my head that's wild. Be like having a can of vodka with a can of Coke when you're having Coke and vodka. Yeah, Jägermeister is 35%. Isn't vodka 40?
Wait. Mashed potatoes are just Irish guacamole. Go.
I don't like that. I don't know what guacamole is. I just know it's disgusting. How dare you put that in my brain? Yeah, vodka is like 35% as well. So it would be like, you know when you have vodka and Coke? Which is actually what my preferred drink of choice when I'm out. Because normally you can't get soju. Is like a rum and Coke or a vodka and Coke or a vodka and Sprite, rum and Sprite. That's like because you can drink a lot without feeling like you're drinking a lot. It like dilutes the alcoholiness. And yeah, so that would be like having an entire can of vodka with an entire can of Coke, which is too much fucking vodka for that amount of Coke. Holy shit, that would... Bleh. Anyway, so yeah, wild. And apparently some teenagers, I mean, I don't know how isn't the drinking age in Japan 21 anyway, so I don't know how teenagers, like, is it really Niji's fault if teenagers drink when it's legally not allowed for them to drink? Are they legally responsible for teenagers being fuckheads? No. Do I think this is as big of a Niji as people are making it out to be? Not really. It's dumb, but I don't think they are responsible for underage drinkers not knowing how to drink. Like, kids are dumb. Parents should not be letting them have alcohol if they're this fucking stupid. Hey, Dino. Dino? Dino. I don't know why I called you Dino. Hey, Dino. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if Niji's full of fault, but at this point, everybody is so clowning on Niji that they're just like, oh my god, Niji killed a kid. Anyway. Soju they were talking about is only 13% alcohol by volume. That's true. I guess that's true actually. So it's more 13% to 5 would be about 3. So it's more 1 to 3 by like if it was vodka standards, which is still a bit high. My headphones now. My headphones ran out of battery. I can't hear my good music. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, if this had been like a hololive moment, people would have been like, oh no, Holo, why? But they wouldn't have been like, oh my god, hololive murdered children. It'd have been an oopsie. But then again, if this had been Holo, I think Holo would have immediately apologized and be like, yo, during today's stream, they would have made a disclaimer on the stream. They'd have probably taken the stream down. They'd have made a tweet. They'd have posted being like, hey, don't do this. We're sorry. You know, this was a miscommunication. This was a misunderstanding by our team. That kind of shit, right? I don't think they would have just sat on it. And from what I'm aware, Niji hasn't made a statement yet. So. 1-to-1 isn't too bad when you consider that soju is only about 13% alcohol by volume. Is it? I have a bottle of soju here. Soju.
Most
This
non-Americans
soju
would probably
is-
die if they drank the original Four Loko.
Yeah, like this soju is 12% alcohol by volume. Vodka is about 40. So 1-to-1 soju is about 1 to 3 vodka.
It might not be Niji's fault totally, but I still want to
You
blame
still want to
them.
blame. Well, that's the point. People are so out for blood for Niji nowadays that they're like, fuck it, let's blame what we can on them. Most of the non-Americans would probably die if they drank the original Four Loko. I've never had it. I'm a non-American. Some have 20%. I think those ones were 12%. They look identical to the one I have. So anyway, yeah. But they should have made a disclaimer about it, and maybe I wouldn't have done it in the first place. And they should have definitely made a statement afterwards, being like, "Hey, maybe don't do this. It could cause serious heart problems." So either way, I think that's it. I think we're done. I think that's everything I wanted to cover. We covered whoever the fuck Punkalopi is turning into Enya, Idol. Covered the Dokibird wrestling event. We covered the Offkai thing, and I'm probably going to get a lot of angry things in the morning. He is going live in an hour. I can't wait for her. Miri is tasting lube. I knew she was tasting lube. I remember being in the Discord and see if you ever want to feel Kirsche, don't go to Miri's fucking throne. That shit is wild and like wait, shit, I forgot about my alerts. Okay. I didn't even notice it. They're so they've been around for so long that I didn't even notice it. But yeah, oh shit, hang on. Yeah, I went to Miri's throne. Miri's throne is some wild shit, but she's also tasting lube right now. What is she putting it on? Is that a pancake? Okay, we're rating Miri, and we're gonna. I'm gonna question what the fuck my daughter thinks she's doing. So let's go see. Let's go judge her for her life choices. She's tasting lube. Yes.
Enya is here. Now Lops like sail away.
Oh my god, how did
sail away,
Enya Ignis
sail
get into my
away.
alerts? That's so weird. Whoa. I don't know who the fuck that is. Shut up, chat. Fuck you. Go say hi to Miri and judge her, and I will catch you guys in a year after I've had my sleep, because dear god am I tired. Jesus fucking Christ. Alright, you're so happy. Alright, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you for coming back. Thank you for listening to me rant. Thank you for your super chats and donations and whatnot. Go say hi to Miri. Bye. Bye bye.